What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Clint, and here we are wondering, in my own life, in mind, have you ever been in an argument and it just feels pointless? Like you're debating with a coworker or somebody, colleague, whatever it is, and you know you're right, but at some point it just feels pointless. I mean, what's the use of this? Anyway, here we are. Welcome back. We are in chapter 26, and there's 31 days in the book of Proverbs. And I'm telling you, I've gone through this a little bit and over the years, but after going back through it again, I'm really feeling like, in my opinion, there is actually some hilarious advice. I actually feel like there's actually some savage advice that, God's word is actually pretty crazy, that stuff like this can be funny. I don't know, you'll just have to wait till we get into it. But got a question for y'all. There's some contradictory advice right off the bat on how to answer a fool. And I just want to know if you can pick it out. What is this advice and how can both be true? Something to think about while we get into it. So welcome back. This is 31 days in the book of Proverbs, and here we are in chapter 26. If you want to follow along, I will be in the CSB this time, and let's get into it. Like snow in summer and rain in harvest, honor is inappropriate for a fool. Like a flitting sparrow or a fluttering swallow, unobserved curse goes nowhere. A whip for the horse, a bridle for a donkey, and a rod for the backs of fools. Do not answer a fool according to his foolishness, or you'll be like him yourself. Answer a fool according to his foolishness, or he'll become wise in his own eyes. The one who sends a message by a fool's hand cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is like lame legs that hang limp. Giving honor to a fool is like binding a stone in a sling. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is like a stick with thorns, brandished by the hand of a drunkard. The one who hires a fool, or who hires those passing by, is like an archer who wounds everyone indiscriminately. As a dog returns to its vomit, so also a fool repeats his foolishness. And do you see a person who is wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. The slacker says, there's a lion in the road, a lion in a public square. A door turns on its hinges, and the slacker on his bed. I'm telling you, these are funny. The slacker buries his head in the bowl. He is too weary to bring it to his mouth. In his own eyes, a slacker is wiser than 7 who can answer sensibly. A person who is passing by and meddles in a quarrel that's not his is like one who grabs a dog by his ears. Like a madman who throws flaming darts and deadly arrows, so is the person who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only joking. I've done that before. I've done that so often. Just been like, I'm only joking. Without wood, fire goes out. Without a gossip, conflict dies down. As charcoal for embers and wood for fire, so is a quarrelsome person for kindling strife. A gossip's words are like choice food that goes down to one's innermost being. Smooth lips and an evil heart are like glaze on an earthen vessel. A hateful person disguises himself with his speech and harbors deceit within. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him, for there are 7 detestable things in his heart. Though his hatred is concealed by deception, his evil will be revealed in the assembly. The one who digs a pit will fall into it, and whoever rolls a stone, it will come back to him. A lying tongue hates those it crushes, and a flattering mouth causes ruin. And that is Proverbs chapter 26. Yeah. I think this was actually hitting, these words was actually hitting pretty hard. I mean, honestly, God's word can be, I think God does have a sense of humor. I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, like, how many times was there just funny wisdom in this? I mean, I can't wait to do a deeper dive on all of these. I mean, just right off the bat. I mean, verse 20, wood without fire. I mean, it's just like gossip comes a fight. So it's comparing wood on the fire and gossip in a fight. I mean, this definitely addresses the dangers of gossip. I mean, something that I'm familiar with is that, like, the words, like when they talk about hell, I've heard weeping and gnashing of teeth. I mean, that's honestly what they say, like argumenting and like arguing and gossiping. I mean, that's what hell is going to be full of. So all of these warnings against gossip, all of these warnings against like having self-control, all of these warnings about like talking about each other behind each other's backs. I mean, it's warning us that, like, look at that fire. It compared firewood to a fire and gossip to a fight. I mean, how simple is that? I mean, don't be gossiping. Don't be spreading rumors. Don't be, bearing other people's dirty laundry. I mean, just have some self-control and don't cause fights. I mean, in my own life, when I was a kid, and I don't want to get into it, but I remember being a teenager, and these two of my close friends, they were on both sides. So, like, I got one friend over here, I got one friend over here. We all kind of liked to fight. These two people hated each other, and I was tired of them fighting. Talking trash about each other behind each other's backs. This guy would tell me what's going on, and then this friend came over here and would talk trash. And so then I just took what they said and basically gossiped to them. And they end up going down the street and meeting each other and like beating the crap out of each other. And then I got both parents calling me saying, "Hey, Clint, you said this and you said that." And I said, "That's what they said." That was basically me just gossiping to them, each other, like just telling them what they said about each other. Because this guy said he could beat him up. This guy said he could beat him up. And then it turns out they wanted to beat each other up. So I was like, just let it happen, man. Let them fight. But their parents got mad at me and they was like, "You can't be doing that, Clint." And honestly, they probably could have squashed it in a different way. But I was just young. I was just a teenager. I was still learning. I mean, had I had Proverbs back when I was a kid, I probably would have learned this stuff. But anyway, hope y'all liked what's going on. So going back into the question that I started off with, it says how to answer a fool right. It's contradictory. It says don't answer a fool when he's being foolish. Like, just keep quiet. The other one says when a fool is being foolish, you need to speak up and say something. So what I have conjured up in my own study is that it's pushing us to be discerning, have discernment, and know when you need to correct somebody in a foolish way. They keep doing it over and over again. You need to kind of say something. And when they're being foolish and you can sense that they just looking for you to get triggered, and if you say something, it's either gonna cause you to go crazy and fight with them, or they're basically gonna get what they want. They just want to trigger you to something crazy. And I mean, you can see this online on all the social medias. Like, people just say stuff to try to get somebody going crazy, and that's what they want. You're answering a foolish person. You're getting into an argument with them. You probably know you're right. Don't even say nothing. Just let them be a fool. Let a fool be a fool. And sometimes you have to speak up. And that's all I got for y'all. Hope y'all enjoy it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and we shall be back here tomorrow with chapter 27. I shall see you guys on another one. Bye for now.